welcome back to Daki World, where we talk about everything education. It could be how you can support a child as a teacher, or how you can support a child as a parent or guardian. The aim of this channel is to make sure that we get the most from the education systems that we have around us as a parent. I know education can be really expensive, and it would be a waste for you not to get the most from it, and that's why Daki World was born, to ensure that you're able to tap the most from the system of education that your child is going through. So if you have any question about how you can support your child, kindly reach out. If you have any question about how you would like support as a teacher, kindly reach out, and we will see how we can get some professional help from our circle of supporters as well. So the only way you get to know what's going on in this channel is by subscribing. Yeah, shocking, right? So kindly subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We would love to hear from you. We would love to share with you, to engage with you, and know what you think about some of the things we talk about, as well as your experiences with some of the things we talk about. Yeah. So in my last video, which I'm gonna share a link in the description box, I talked about how to become a teacher in an international school, and I really tried hard not to talk about the qualifications you need to become a teacher in an international school, and that's where now this video comes in. Today we're going to talk about what qualifications do you need to get into an international school, okay? Because yeah, it's another question. I've had people saying ridiculous things. Like I said in my previous video, it's not impossible. It's possible. It just may not come as easy as you would want it to. Now, what qualifications, let me rephrase that, what qualifications do you need to be able to teach in an international school? My answer to that is it depends on which international school you're targeting. Different international schools will want teachers with different qualifications. I will not leave it there. That's very vague. I'm gonna share a little bit more, some experiences and some encounters with the systems as well, to give you a little bit more insight on that. So if you're targeting a school, some schools, I don't know which one is your target, but I'll just say I've worked in places where the teachers had just a certificate in early childhood education. Before even I delve into this one, I feel it's really important that I also mention, as much as you know which school you're targeting, it's important that you know which age group you're targeting. You can either teach in kindergarten, you can teach in prep school, primary, or you can go teach in high school. Okay? Yeah, so which sector, which part of the international school are you interested in? Because different parts might want different qualifications depending on the school. Please get my words right, okay? So for kindergarten and early primary years, most schools will want someone with some sort of qualifications with early childhood education, ECDE, early childhood development education. That's what the ECDE stands for. That is for kindergarten and early primary years. And then as you go up, a B.Ed might be okay, or is okay for most schools. That does not mean with your early childhood development education certificate, diploma, or degree, you cannot teach in the middle school. You can, but the chances of you teaching in high school are very minimal as well. Okay, so early childhood mostly preferred for kindergarten and early primary years. You can, however, teach middle school, and you can. I haven't come across someone teaching high school unless you're teaching something not related, because I think for high school you have to have a subject that you studied. So like I did B.Ed in English and Literature, so I can teach high school English and Literature. So you have to have that, which doesn't really happen when you have an early childhood development education degree or certificate or diploma. It's pretty general. Okay. For high schools and middle schools, most middle schools and high schools, they prefer someone with a degree in education, just education. But then you have to have your specific subjects. Now, for all these sectors of an international school, you must have a TSC number. That's the catch. You must have a TSC number. If you have a TSC number, then you can now start thinking of where you want yourself to be. Are you good with younger children? Then maybe explore prep school, preparatory school, the early primary school, or the kindergarten as well. If you're thinking, I'm not very good with children, then you may want to try the middle school or the high school, depending on whether you have the early childhood development education or just a B.Ed in education. Okay? I hope up to that I'm clear. I'm trying to be as clear as possible. Now, does it matter if you have a certificate, diploma, or degree? I'd say again, it depends on the school you're targeting. That's why I started by saying everything depends on the school you're targeting. Some schools are okay hiring a teacher with certificate in early childhood education as a kindergarten teacher. Some schools are not okay unless you have a degree in early childhood education. That's the only time you can work in the kindergarten. So like I said, whether you have a degree, diploma, certificate, again, depends on the school you're targeting. If you want to get some ideas of where to target, please watch my first video, my previous video. It really tells you how you can get in. That gives you a basis of, you get to think about then, where do I want to position and how do I want to get in? Which means do I want to use to get in? And that will help you know which sector or what qualification you might need for your preferred channel of getting in. I hope I'm making sense. I think I'm making sense. Okay? Now, a question I've been asked several times by many people: must I have a PGCEI to become an international teacher, school teacher? The PGCEI is a postgraduate certificate in education, and then the I is for international. And my answer is no, you don't need to have it. You don't need to have it. But it depends on the school you're targeting. I know some schools will say they would really like you to have it. Some schools are okay with a B.Ed. Some schools are even okay with a diploma. But you will not find it, especially schools within Kenya, you will not find it as a requirement for you to become a teacher in an international school. The only school I've encountered that is Sabes, I think. They're very particular on that. But all the other schools, you can become a teacher without a PGCEI. So stop struggling trying to get the money to do it. By the way, it's only offered by Braben in Kenya. So stop trying to work your head off around how you're going to get that money. No, get yourself in first. My advice, my opinion, my advice, get yourself in and then try to save up for it. Unless you're targeting a school that really needs that, then don't worry about having it or not having it. So no, you don't need to have a PGCEI to work in an international school, and you don't need special qualification to teach in international schools. However, it will be very beneficial for you to do some short courses based on the curriculum you want to teach. So if you want to teach the British curriculum, you may want to visit the Cambridge website and see what courses they're offering, just to enlighten yourself, to have an idea of what goes on in a British curriculum classroom. Okay? So I'm not saying your education is enough. I'm saying yes, you can get in with that, but it's up to you to become very proactive, to make sure you have all these other things going and you're well enlightened, you're well educated about whatever you're doing in that school. So what qualification do you need? Again, what school are you targeting for you to be able to answer that question? Some schools are okay with a certificate, some schools are okay with a diploma, some schools are okay with a degree, some schools might want a PGCEI, but very few. If anything, I've only come across one in Kenya so far. Some might say preferred, but it's not a requirement, yeah, for the PGCEI bit. But what you must have now, the only thing you must have for you to become a teacher, um, today in an international school is a TSC number. So if you have that, then visit my previous videos and see how you can get yourself in. My previous video, just one, and see how you can get yourself in, and you'll be good to go. Okay? All right. I know that was a bit, it's not vague, it was a bit here and there, but the ball is on your court. What school are you targeting? Then it's up to you to find out what qualifications do I need for this particular school. Okay? I'm done talking today. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll remind you, if you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed, you're not doing as well. So kindly do subscribe. Comment, let us know what you think. Was this helpful at all? Or was it not helpful? Please let us know, and we would love to hear from you. And thank you for the people who are continuously showing the support, commenting, sharing ideas, letting us know what they would like to know. We really appreciate, and we really hope through this we can enlighten each other. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and may God bless you.